Hello everybody, today I'm going to be bringing you a first impressions video and a mini review about the Motorola Droid Bionic, which was finally released today, September 8th, 2011, after about a 9-month delay and 9 months of waiting to get this device in our hands here. Again, this is the Motorola Droid Bionic. After many revisions, it used to have the Atrix-like feel, but now it almost looks like a combination of the Atrix and the Droid X put together. This is a very nice phone. First impressions of it are very nice. On the front it does feature contoured Gorilla Glass, which adds a slight curve at the edge of the glass. Very nice. I have not experienced a phone like this. I came from an HTC Thunderbolt, and I'm very pleased with the looks of this. On the back we do see an 8-megapixel camera, which does do 1080p video capture, as well as about 3000 by 2500 still image capture. Again, it is an 8-megapixel camera. As well, in the back we have a 4G LTE logo, Verizon Wireless logo, and a with Google logo, and the speakerphone opening, I guess you could say, and the Motorola logo. As well as, I do believe this right up here, I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera, there is a little hole. I think that might be for the speakerphone microphone. Speaker microphone, I guess you could say. But on the top we do have a power button, as well as a 3.5mm headphone jack, a volume rocker on the right side of the phone. And that's about it on the right side. On the bottom, nothing. And on the left side, you do have a micro USB port and a micro HDMI port. I do believe this phone does allow for direct mirroring of the screen onto a television through the HDMI port, which is quite nice. On the front here, we do have I do believe it is a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. We do have the speaker for phone, and the microphone port on the bottom, as well as a menu, home, back, and a search capacitive button on the screen. If we turn on the phone, first thing we get is the lock screen, which does feature a drag to unlock feature. I do apologize about my icons again. I just got this phone, messing around with it a little bit. The capacitive buttons on the bottom do light up quite nicely. They are quite bright. A little in the specifications about this phone. It does feature a dual-core OMAP 4430 processor running at 1 GHz, 1 gig of RAM, 2 gigabytes of ROM, 16 gigabytes of online storage, or rather online onboard storage, and a 16 gigabyte micro SD card. It is quite a nice phone. Again, first impressions of it are very fast. It does have almost like a rotating home screen here. It does feature 5 home screens, not 7, like the HTC products with HTC Sense. I do believe this is running Moto Blur. It does run Android Gingerbread 2.3.4. Unfortunately, not 2.3.5. We will probably see that in an update relatively soon. Drop-down menu, just like any other Gingerbread or Motorola phone. Looks like we have a few Facebook notifications there. But again, I'm not sure if you can see that. We have the 4G LTE logo, the battery right here, which is green, the time. I am on Wi-Fi right now. If we open up the battery cover to show you what's inside, it does feature a I believe it's 1735 milliamp battery, which is quite large compared to other phones, which usually run about 1500 or so. On the internals here, we do have the micro SD card, and directly under that, the SIM card for the 4G LTE network. Again, we do have the battery here, which does feature an HW4X battery. If we look at yes, it is 1735 milliamp hour battery. Looks like on the back here, again, we have the speakerphone, the speaker for any media and speakerphone. Not much else going on back here. It's a very clean design. I do believe this does feature, again, a 4.3-inch screen, QHD screen running at 540 by 960 pixels, about 256 pixels per inch for the density here. That is a capacitive touchscreen, TFT. It's very nice. Again, the screen is very nice. It's very bright and very crisp. If we open up the application drawer here, go to a speed test about the 4G network here. I'll show you what I was getting. I was in an area with about 3 bars of signal here. If we go to the results, I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but I did get 12 megabits per second down and 18 megabits per second up right there with a 60 millisecond ping. I'm quite satisfied, as on my Thunderbolt I was only getting about 10 megabits per second upload, and this is getting about 18. Again, this is quite a nice phone. LTE network is still speedy. Again, I did upgrade from another LTE phone. Overall, so far, I've only had this phone for about a half hour. I am quite amazed at what I see here compared to the HTC Thunderbolt. Battery life so far seems to be much improved over any other 4G phone, which may be why this took so long to come out. As you know, a lot of phones have been struggling with battery life on the 4G network. This does feature, I will note that this does feature automatic screen brightness adjustments, as it does have a sensor right under here, but you can't really see it on the camera here. But again, first impressions are nice. If we open up the browser, I am on Wi-Fi, so it will go a little faster, more than likely, but standard Android browser, nothing special here. See if there's anything else I can pull up on this phone. Again, it does have motor blur. If you can see the screens of how it somewhat rotates around you, it's very interesting, but I do like the feel of it. Yeah, overall, I would say this is a very nice phone. It beats any other Verizon phone on the network right now. You'd be insane to get any other phone. It does come preloaded with, I'd say, a decent amount of bloatware. If we look at the applications that come pre-installed, it does look like we have the Amazon Kindle app, Blockbuster, unfortunately. What else do we have here? Citrix, City ID, which is standard. Nothing else really on that page for preloaded bloatware. Citrix GoToMeeting, guided tours, IM, Let's Golf 2, which is standard on a lot of Android phones nowadays. That is my Napster app. It does have NFL Mobile on here, which does come pre-installed. Quick Office, Slacker Radio. Speed Test is mine. Task Manager, which is definitely interesting. I haven't seen that before yet on an Android phone. And the standard Verizon services, you know, Vcast Music, Vcast Tones, Vcast Video, etc. So and in Zoomocast, I've not used that program yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's not really amazingly good. But yeah, again, first impressions are quite outstanding on this device. I am happy with it. Again, it does feature looks like a chrome, blackish chrome perimeter around the phone, which adds a nice luxurious feel, I guess you could say. But if we put the back on here, let's see if I can get this on here. It does snap in like a lot of HTC phones and other Motorola phones like the Droid X. If we can turn up the brightness here, you can see how bright the screen is. If you go to Settings, Display, Brightness, it is on automatic brightness right now. That is the brightness all the way up. I'm not sure if you can see how bright that is. It is extremely bright. I have had a chance to play around with the video capture, and the 1080p video capture is quite smooth, quite crisp. I've not done any still video capture yet. But yeah, overall, I am quite satisfied with this device. My initial impressions of it are a 9 out of 10. I personally like to see a decent amount of mass to a phone, not too heavy. This is just a bit lighter than I'd like. You know, I do like the solid feeling of a phone. If this was maybe a few, I think, grams heavier, this would absolutely be a 9.5 out of 10. But so far, I would say 9 out of 10. I've fallen in love with this phone. Nothing has impacted me negatively about this phone yet, but yeah, check it out. Again, this is a first impressions and a mini review on the Droid Bionic. Again, just released today. Thanks for tuning in, and if you have any Verizon upgrade, go get this phone. I'm pretty sure you'll love it. Thanks for watching.